Hey up everyone, hope you're all doing well. Tim Welch, who is Sean O'Malley's trainer, may have came up with the worst excuse of all time for his loss against Merab Dvalishvili. Just before I show you guys what Tim Welch has been saying, guys, if you want to keep up to date with UFC news, make sure to drop a sub. But anyways, let's get straight into it. So here we have it. Sean O'Malley's coach says that the sphere lighting impacted UFC loss to Merab Dvalishvili. The fucking lighting. What? How does that work? So you're telling me it affected Sean O'Malley, but no, it didn't affect the winner whatsoever. Merab could just say, well, it affected me as well, but I still won. And then that's just, that's excuse just out the window from that point. It's a shit excuse is what it is. It's so stupid and baffling as a coach why he would come out and say that. So I had to click on the link anyway, of course. I wanted to see what else was fucking said. I was like, this has got to be clickbait. Maybe he's being sarcastic, whatever. Checked it, went on here. I rewatched the fight in slow-mo so many times, Welch told ESPN. There were tons and tons of shots that barely missed by inches that would have completely changed the fight, and I think a lot of it had to do with the sphere and the lighting. I'm sorry, what? Isn't that how fighting works in general? It's a game of inches. That's been said many a times. But what's the point in saying there's tons and tons of shots that barely missed by inches that would have completely changed the fight? Yet no shit. That is fighting. Some shots land, some shots miss. Some shots miss by that much, some shots land by that much, and it has a massive effect on the fight. That's how fighting is. Like, what? This isn't like fucking, you know, that's like saying in football, oh, whoever scores more goals wins. Oh, well, if that free kick hadn't hit the crossbar, would have gone in. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? What a shit excuse. And it says to do the sphere and the lighting. That's just such a cop-out. That's such a cop-out. And again, I had to make sure. I was like, okay, well, has this been recorded? Like, even though it's, you know, MMA Junkie and I trust them, and you know, apparently said this to ESPN, you know, all very legitimate. I've got to see if he actually said this. And I went to the YouTube, and I'm not going to play it because of copyright shit, but genuinely, he's not even saying it to be sarcastic. I was like, maybe he's being sarcastic. No, he's not being sarcastic whatsoever. I was like, really? He's not being sarcastic? And I haven't watched the entire thing. I've only watched up until what he said because I just wanted to make it clarify it for me. But that's fucking baffling to me that this guy has came out and said the sphere lighting. And I know they put a lot of emphasis on, oh, going into the fight, he was injured and all that. That's fair enough, then. Just leave it at that. Just say he was injured, he comes in this time and he's not injured. There you go. Sorted. Even though it's still an excuse, but we've heard it a million times before, it is valid. You know what I mean? It's valid context going into a fight. We've heard it before. He's injured. That's why he lost. Okay, in the rematch, hopefully he doesn't have that injury again, and we see what the true outcome is. You know what I mean? Not fucking the sphere and the lighting. What? Imagine if Merab came out and said that. If he lost, oh my fucking god, he would have got slated so badly. Bad. Like, I can't believe he's saying that. I'm going to be completely honest. And how I see it, if you've got an injury and you're using it as an excuse to why you lost a fight, I've always had this mindset, or this viewpoint, should I say. If you have an injury and you're going to use an excuse to why you lost, pull out of the fight. Pull out of the fight. If it's that big of an injury that you think could jeopardize the outcome of the fight, pull out. Pull out. It means a lot. Pull out. Don't let it fucking risk you losing the fight. And if you're like, oh, I'm going to soldier my way through and all this, that, and the other, fine. But then don't fall back on it for an excuse after the fight. That's how I've always had that viewpoint. Same goes for like Arman Sarukian. That's why you won't see me slating him, because apparently he pulled an injury. He got an injury, didn't think he'd be able to compete, so he pulled out. Me personally, I can't slate that, because my viewpoint is, if you think it's going to affect your performance and possibly cause you to lose, well, then don't take the fucking fight. I understand there's money on the line, but come on, O'Malley, I think he's all right in money, let's be honest, lads. The amount of promotion, sponsorships, big name, all that, I think you'll be fine to have a year off, 2 years off. I think you'll be a rate, you know what I mean? So, I think this is a shit excuse. What do you guys think about this? I think this is I think it is the worst excuse I've ever heard. Remind me of some bad excuses, please, in the comment section. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.